This is Rap's son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. What you are seeing here is imagery. And one thing that started to strike me weird about this whole Russian invasion on Ukraine is it started to remind me of the false flag events that they show on the news out here, to where you don't see one dead body, you just see a bunch of people standing around. They look for the most part unconcerned, and you'll see wreckage of buildings, you'll see a firefighter here or there putting out fire, you'll see a jet go by, but it's all looking staged. You'll see the movement of the tanks and vehicles and everything like that. But again, no dead bodies, no warfare going on, and then everybody is so bold. You have the Ukrainian president bold after warning the people, oh, don't go outside because there could be Russians disguised. Then why are you so boldly going outside, making a video, sending it so the people can see? Wouldn't you be worried, or wouldn't anybody be worried about the president's life, that he's going outside, that he could get sniped, that any of these undercover Russians could take his life? But he seems very unconcerned, and the people, they seem too bold and too relaxed for an invasion and a war to be going on in your country, because that puts your life at risk, but that also puts your family's life at risk. You wouldn't be so nonchalant and not caring about it. And then you'll see in this clip right here, it says 2/25/2021. They released it 2/25/2022. Is the year wrong on there, or are they just putting out false information? And then another thing that was strange is that according to them, Russia's usual tactics is to cripple the communications, knock out the power, and things like that. Yet, as you can see in the coverage, that they still have lights. Obviously, they still have a way to communicate. If the president is able to put out a video and everyone can see it in the country, then why is Russia deviating away from their usual tactic?
It's not a fair fight. The Ukrainian military is far outgunned, far outnumbered in terms of the sheer firepower that Russia has. The first thing that's going to happen, and we've already seen hints of it here, is there's going to be a cyber attack. So they cripple communications, including going after the Ministry of Defense. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. The lights will go out, the electricity will go out, people won't be able to communicate. That's obviously going to make it difficult for anybody trying to defend this territory.
And then something else that struck me as odd is you have NATO sending 47,000 troops, yet none of them are going to back Ukraine in this so-called conflict. So why are they there? And then you have one of the civilians in the subway saying they hope that they only stayed there in the subway for one night. If it's an invasion, why are you expecting it only to be one night? And again, you can see the lack of concern and the lack of worry.
The NATO alliance is activating its rapid response force for the first time in a defensive role in Europe. Up to 40,000 troops will bolster allied countries close to Russia and Ukraine. And 7,000 American troops ordered to Europe yesterday could soon make up part of this NATO Force Europe. But none of these troops will be helping Ukraine. As some flee the cities, others seek shelter in Kiev's subways.
We have a little food and toys. And I hope one day, one night, but if so, we can stay there a long time.
And then in these next two clips, you have supposedly Russian soldiers that's been captured by the Ukraine civilians, and when asked why they are there, the two They have no idea why they are there or what their objective is. And then the one that was captured by itself says his objective, they was just told to gather the Ukrainian people. Why?
Нихуя, все заново.
Я гвардии капитан Бекоев Владимир Русланович.
Вообще говори.
2559-881. 11-я бригада. Войсковая часть 32.
Бригада чего 11? ВДВ. Ты кто?
Я Касацкий Натан Юрьевич. Личный номер МТ-19 1674. Ефрейтор 3-й десантно-штурмовой рот 11-й отдельной гвардейской десантно-штурмовой бригады.
Олег, зачем вы это делаете, Олег?
Приехал, блядь, с Москвы, Олег.
Кто вторглись в нашу страну? Мы не хотели войны.
Зачем вам говорили, вы сюда едете?
Забрать людей.
Людей мирных? Забрать?
Людей.
Не знаю, честно. Сказали просто забрать людей.
Мы не хотим войны, Олег.
Мы сами не хотим. Я сам лично не хочу ничего этого.
Суммы.
А зачем ты тут?
Центр города.
And then you are told that men 18 to 60 are to stay and fight and help defend Ukraine. And they are not allowed to leave. Yet, in another clip, you clearly see men in that age group at the Poland border.
Like that call for all men aged 18 to 60 to stay and fight back to save Ukraine. They are not being allowed to leave the country. Ukraine's defiant president posting a video with his top officials telling the world, quote, "We are here," and that Europe said never again, but here we are.
Poland, one of the more popular options for refugees. Officials there saying more than 100,000 people have crossed the border as of today. And some of the busier crossings could take people up to 12 hours just to get through. But officials are handing out free water, hot beverages, food, and supplies.
Now the questions remain. Why is Russia in Ukraine? Why is NATO sending 47,000 troops over to that area, yet they won't assist or help Ukraine? Are they covering up planet hell? Are they there to shoot down the meteorites and everything that comes from it? Is this why they are staging this false flag? I'll let you take a look at these next video clips to decide for yourself. And then I'll have Wrap the News finish it up.
And within the hour, sounds of war could be heard in Ukraine's capital. Whoa.
And from what I'm told, you're gonna there you see it right there. You can see some of those explosions, those yellow flashes of light. This is near the city of Kharkiv, which is near the Belarusian border in the cities, or excuse me, in the country's northeast. This is not far from the Belarusian or the Russian border where.
Нифига себе.
Ой, Аллах.
Marquardt is on the scene for us in Kyiv right now. Looks like those skies are still showing the result of that attack, whatever it was, but it's pretty illuminating right now.
Wolf, it is extraordinary. I mean, this attack happened just about half an hour ago when we heard this loud strike on that area of southwest Kyiv. And for the past half hour, you have seen that glow in the sky, really bright red, just sort of reflecting off of that cloud right above it.
Жесть. Самолет, ёпта. Жесть.
This is Raptor News, and warning comes before destruction. Those flashes in the sky is a warning from the Most High God to say time is almost up.
Now listen to these strange booms that sound almost from another planet, from another planet, from another planet, from another planet.
And I'd never heard anything quite like this before.
The whole neighborhood felt two large booms.
Okay, we've got several calls on it. Like the whole building shook.
My car was on and I could hear it from inside of my car with my window cracked about that much.
I'm not an expert on these things, but it sure was scary.
It's been happening once a week. I mean, it's almost blowing our houses off the foundation.
Over the weekend, they were so close to my house that it made us uneasy. That just something's not right. A little bit between a shotgun and a cannon.
It just sounds like it's a bomb dropped from a plane.
Are we being invaded? Are we being invaded? Are we being invaded? Or that kind of thing. That's how severe it was. I hope somebody figures out where it's coming from. And I hope I don't hear it again.
This is the Destroyer. If you are not familiar at what the Destroyer is, it is a planet used in a biblical timeline to destroy the wicked off of the earth. Believe that or not, it is our climate change. It is also our global warming. In times gone past, according to the scriptures, the same planet flew over, and it is the thing that helped part the Red Sea. It's also the thing that made the ocean disappear in the Bahamas recently. It also was the thing that rained down hard brimstone on the towns of Sodom and Gomorrah. We are now seeing the end time event on our horizon. And out of nowhere, this thing is suddenly going to show itself like a sun. And what is written is that it is going to enter in at top speed, and it is going to make a loud bang noises. The heavens will be shaken, and the earth will shake violently and keep shaking. It's not going to stop shaking. And then meteorites are going to be flung down on the enemies of the Most High God. Every meteorite sent down is arranged for a targeted sinner, believe it or not. God is sending so many warning signs right here all over the world. If you look real close, you can see the stripes in that, which is, it is a stripe planet, and the stripes are the clouds. So this thing is coming in clouds, right? And basically the children of Israel in the Exodus saw this thing flashing in the night as well, and it was a guide for the children of Israel. This fire engulfed in a cloud, which the world calls Nibiru, and which I know is planet hell, meaning when the Bible states that hell, which is this planet, will be thrown in the lake of fire, it is going into that planet. That planet is massive. It is going to take up a fifth part of the sky when it totally shows itself at the appointed time, and everybody and every knee will bend to the Most High God on that day. Repent. Not only that, but a sun is being spotted, another object out there. And so we who know what's really going on know that his kingdom has came, right? And we are super close to an exodus. Here's the sun again at night. It's not a fire glowing in the distance. It is a straight up sun. This is planet hell glowing in the night sky. You can call that Project Blue Beam sitting on the horizon, but God called that the destroyer, the lion that's waiting in the thicket, pulsating with fire, glowing in our night sky, that is going to rain down meteorites on this earth in hailstone and fire.
It's going down. Exactly what Rap the News been talking about. Whole sky is orange. I'm in Oklahoma right now. This is happening all over the place. It's even got a funny noise, like I'm hearing like a... It almost sounds like they letting something out in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Everybody does repent. Yeah. Go back to their first love.
And what are we seeing here, folks? Well, that's your planet hiding behind a cloud at night, glowing bright, fiery, hot red in the night sky. This is happening worldwide with lightning coming, and that's your electrical magnetic storm. We got about an ounce of time, man. You know, I am here as a warner. That is my job, to save as many people and bring as many people to the truth as I possibly can before the time is up. And we are looking at the end time prophecies unveiling. Again, people, you have but a moment to make a decision of what side you on. You can keep being on the side that pretends like this don't exist. You can keep being on the side that is worldly, trying to gain something in a world that is falling apart, because there's the planet in the night sky blazing. Blazing. Look at the size of it. Y'all know that's not normal. You know something wrong. There go your other son. Again, warning before destruction. Those big fiery blasts from the planet that light up the whole sky in the night is a warning before the destruction of mankind come into play. You know, whatever I have to say, whatever I have to do, I'm showing you. Look at the roundness of the planet glowing in the sky. In Russia, America, all over the world is lightening up. Damn. Y'all can keep worshiping false gods. Did you know that anything you worship in creation is called idolatry, and you'll burn in the lake of fire? Worship God alone. This is Rap the News.